I'm going to show you how to make a lovely match day bovril to warm up the body on those cold football nights. First, a nice spoon of bovril. Second, pour in the hot water. Boiling hot water. Third, stir in the bovril. So it's completely dissolved. So there we have it, a nice cup of bovril to warm the body and soul. I love a cup of bovril. Spot on that. Well, it doesn't taste as good as a match day bovril, but of course, that was out of date bovril I bought half price from the Co-op. There we go. So anyway, welcome back to another video, because here we go again. This weekend, it is FA Cup time. Yes, FA Cup time. And Sunderland do travel all the way down to Shrewsbury for a third round tie against Shrewsbury Town. And there's a couple of Sunderland ex-players in the Shrewsbury squad. Yes, we're going to see Carl Winchester on loan at Shrewsbury, who's been playing a lot of games for Shrewsbury and doing really well. Then we have Aidan O'Brien, ex-Sunderland player, who's been warming the bench over the last few games. And the last couple of games, Tom Flanagan. Yes, good old Flanagan. Tom Flanagan was either flappy or fantastic, but there we go. Tom Flanagan also is in the match day squad for Shrewsbury. Now, do you want to have a good cup run? I certainly do. Would you put a strong team out? Well, I wouldn't put a completely weakened team out, but I also wouldn't play all the first team members of Sunderland Football Club. Now, Sunderland, as we say, we do travel. Sunderland take part in the FA Cup game of the season. Their first FA Cup game of the season. And we have a trip to Shrewsbury Town. Now, is that Game Meadow? I do think it is. The lads are hoping to reach the fourth round tie competition for the first time in 8 years. We've never made it to the fourth round of the FA Cup in 8 years. That's scandalous. Last twice, I think in the first round, we've lost against Mansfield at home, 1-0. Both times. You couldn't make it up. Here is everything you need to know about heading into the game against Shrewsbury. Yes, head to head. Sunderland have won 10, drawn 4, lost 2. Statistics. Here's a few statistics for you. The lads are fourth highest scorers in the Championship with 38 goals. Spot on that. Ross Stewart has the goals per 90-minute ratio. Yes, in the Championship, a goal every 0.96 games. Well done, Ross Stewart. Sunderland have not made it past the third round since 2015. After shambles, as in shambles. And statistics for Shrewsbury Town. They have scored the joint fewest goals in League One so far in the last. They've scored 23. The fewest. Well, I'll tell you what as well. Another statistic, they've had a man sent off in the last 3 games, Shrewsbury Town. A man sent off in the last 3 games. Salop are into their 8th season in the 3rd tier of English football. Sunderland form. Tony Mowbray's side are unbeaten in the last 4 games in the Championship. Ross Stewart has scored in each of the last 4 games, of course, for the Black Cats. Sunderland have scored in each of their last season games. Each of the last season games, a run that stretches back over 2 months to when we lost against Cardiff 1-0. Foot in both camps, because we do have players that have been in both camps. We've got Tom Flanagan, like I said, Tom Flanagan, 115 appearances and 5 goals for Sunderland, 39 appearances and 1 goal for Shrewsbury. Aidan O'Brien, 66 appearances and 12 goals for Sunderland, 7 for Shrewsbury and no goals. Carl Winchester, 67 appearances for Sunderland and 4 goals, and 20 appearances for Shrewsbury Town. And also Donald Love. Yes, I forgot about Donald. Little old Donald loves playing for Shrewsbury Town as well. 34 appearances and 1 goal for Sunderland, 56 appearances and no goals for Shrewsbury, and referee is Scott Oldham. There is no tickets available at Game Meadow because it is completely and utterly sold out. Now, before I move into the team news, I've heard a little bit of rumour that Ross Stewart is close to signing a new contract. He's been given a much improved contract. Apparently, being given, this is the rumour on the treadmill, with the ear to the ground, nose to the grindstone, or whatever you want to say. Ross Stewart has been offered a pay rise, a much more better contract, apparently, and he's thinking about it. That's what I've heard. I do not know if that's 100% true. It's just what I've heard. That is not from my good source. That is from a different source. And I've seen 1 or 2 different things as well kicking about online that does mention that he has been offered a contract. So we'll see. We'll wait and see on that one. Now, team news. Players I would completely rest. I would not have Luke O'Nien or Dan Neil in anywhere near the team at the weekend. I will completely give them a rest. Dan Neil's played a lot of minutes this season so far, and also Luke O'Nien as well. Apparently he's been unwell, but he's had a lot of minutes as well, so I will completely rest them. Bass comes in as goalkeeper. Now, Trey Hume hasn't had a lot of game time. That is why I think I will play Trey Hume. Gooch is travelling down. Lyndon Gooch is fit and travelling down. He's had some training. I wouldn't risk Lyndon Gooch in this match. I'd be happy to play Trey Hume as right back and see how he gets on League One and give him the extra minutes. You know, maybe his Gooch comes on the last 20 minutes. I don't know. Now, Huggins. Is Huggins actually fit? I've heard he's fit. If he's fit, then for me, he needs game time, Huggins. So for me, Huggins starts, and then Ballard and Wright. Ballard hasn't missed a lot of games, and he's got a bit of a break anyway. After he's had a break from the last game to this game, and then he's got another long break until next week's game against Swansea. So for me, Ballard and Wright as the centre-backs. I'd completely rest Luke O'Nien because we don't have that much options in defence. If, you know, Huggins is not fit, we're going to have to find somebody else to go there. Clark, possibly, you could make it win backs. Right, but if I'm just hoping that Huggins is fit. If not, then one of the youngsters comes in. But the youngsters, the thing about this match at the weekend, we did play Wolverhampton Wanderers in the under-23s match today, and we lost 4-1. And the likes of Pye, who could fit in there, did come in after 55 minutes, so it depends how he's recovered from the game. You could actually rest one of these 2 centre-backs as well, and you could bring maybe Ben Crompton, but Jessup also played today, so, you know, with having that game close to the match, you can't really use too many youngsters in the squad at the weekend. So for me, substitute centre midfielders, Matete comes in, Evans, both rested against Blackpool. For me, both come in. Roberts can start there. I liked him mad when he played there the other day, so I put him mad there. Benete comes in on the left hand side, and do we risk Stewart up front? Personally, no. We should have enough there to beat Shrewsbury. You know, no disrespect to Shrewsbury. I do wish them all the best in the future, in the competition and in the league. But hopefully we can beat them. Now, Diaku hasn't done much up front. Would you have Diaku up front? Would you risk a Mad up front? Or would you have Roberts? Well, you've got a combination of a few there. Benetti and Diaku they could swap. Benetti could come in the middle. Diaku could go onto the left-hand side. So we have options there. There could be some movement. Apparently Ross Stewart does want to play as well on Saturday. But for me, I'd have him on the bench, possibly. Maybe he's on the bench along with Gooch and along with maybe the 2 young lads who were on the bench at the weekend to get Blackpool. Maybe have them on the bench as well, like Regan and Watson as well. So, end of the day, I'd like to continue and have a good cup run, but it isn't the end of the world if we did not make it to the 4th round. I will be doing a live stream of some sorts on Saturday. I will have to figure out how, because I don't think this game is aired at all anywhere. And it'd be quite difficult to find somewhere where it's actually aired. But I will do something on Saturday. I will do a live stream on Saturday regardless. I do have other options that I can do live stream. So I will be doing a live stream. So score predictions. This will go down into the big book of C for score predictions. I'm allowing the F.A.Cup run into the league and chance of winning a shirt. So if you are new to the channel, please subscribe to the channel. You can leave a score prediction down below in the comments. And my score prediction, I'm going to go for a healthy Sunderland 3-1 win. We tend to let a goal in regardless what we do. Oh, come on, no. I'll tell you what, no sodders. I'm going to go for a 3-0 win. Now, the only sort of ifs and buts about me is the Huggins. If Huggins is not fit, then somebody else has to go into there. You let me know. Who do you think? Who would you start? Would you have a weekend squad? Would you start Stewart? So like I said, I mean, you could start some of the youngsters. You could maybe have Reagan, Watson. Would you start those? Would you have them on the bench? You could mix and match it a little bit. Now, Shrewsbury, you know, have I think a ground capacity of 10,000. And it's a full house. It's a sellout, complete sellout. I do wish Shrewsbury all the best in the league. I hope they have a good season in the league. I think they've drawn. I'm not sure if they've drawn the last 3 games. I have to have a quick look at that. Did they draw the last 3 games? Let's have a quick look. No, they didn't. Didn't draw the last 3 games at all. That was completely way off the ballpark. They did get beat off Fleetwood 3-0 at home at Gay Meadow. Fleetwood smashed them 3-0 when they were down to 10 men. They lost to Cheltenham at home 1-0 when they were down to 10 men. And they lost against Cambridge 2-1. 3 draws, where they get that from? 3 defeats, 3 defeats. So there we go, just a small little FA Cup preview. Please leave your score predictions down below in the comments. Take care, God bless, and we'll see you later. And we'll see you on Saturday for the live stream. Hopefully, Sunderland can make it to the 4th round where we could even meet someone like Newcastle. You never know. See you later.